The concept of a long-distance trawler was first proposed by Robert Beebe in his 1975 book, Voyaging Under Power. The premise was that you could cruise the world in a powerboat economically, safely, and with more comfort than a sailboat. Jeff Leishman took Beebe's design concepts and created the first Nordhavn as part of his naval architectural studies. It was Beebe's book and Jeff's design that convinced Pacific Asian Enterprises, PAE, to change their business model from building sailboats to trawlers. From the beginning, Nordhavns were designed and built to circumnavigate the world. The Nordhavn statistics are impressive. 8 Nordhavns have successfully circumnavigated the world. 150 Nordhavns have successfully crossed the Atlantic, Pacific, and/or the Indian Oceans. 4 Nordhavns rounded Cape Horn multiple times. A Nordhavn 40 holds the world record for fastest circumnavigation by production powerboat of any size. A Nordhavn 68 has traveled further north than any private production motor yacht. A Nordhavn 57 has transited the Northwest Passage from east to west. The list goes on. Perhaps the most famous circumnavigation was done by Scott and Mary Flanders aboard their Nordhavn 46 Egret. They maintained a captain's log, the Voyage of Egret, from 2006 to 2015. During this time, their blog would receive over 3,000 hits a week on Nordhavn's webpage. In the Bahamas, we were anchored next to Stephen and Linda Dashu's FPB 781 Conchise. But don't take my word about what Scott and Mary Flanders did. Let's listen to naval architect, cruising yachtsman, and author Stephen Dashu talk about their accomplishment.
Well, what they did, sailing around the world, south the Great Capes, across the Pacific, and the Indian Oceans in particular, is an amazing feat of seamanship and something very few people could accomplish in any yacht. And the fact that they did it in the fashion they did and the vessel they did it even more.
Brian and Marlene are the new owners of Egret. They are cruising with their dog Audrey. We bought a Nordhavn for safety, reputation, and reliability reasons. They are proven long-distance trawlers. Like so many other converts to trawlers, we are also sailors. We will tour the East Coast for the next several years, following the weather. When it is hot, we will head north. When cold, we head south. We just spent our first winter in the Bahamas. Our voyage begins. Let's now go aboard Egret and get a better sense of the boat. This is the interior shot of Egret, and Scott and Mary had a diesel heater installed for those cold southern and northern latitudes. Here's Scott's famous chair. We still call it Scott's chair. And oh wow, lo and behold, here is some Passage Maker magazines featuring Egret on the cover. The one on the right is in Iceland. And then a story about their circumnavigation. So we have everything we need on this boat. It has a great galley and refrigeration and freezers, trash compactor, garbage disposal, microwave. So we really like the layout of the 46. It's actually very spacious. From the main salon, you take a few steps up to the pilot house, where we have controls for the engine, navigation, and our electronics. We're running the generator right now. We're making water with our water maker, and we are charging the batteries. Here's our couch where we steer the boat when we long distance and not close quarters. We have a little joystick to adjust our course, and we're in this beautiful anchorage in Warwick Wells, Bahamas. Couldn't ask for a prettier site. With our full-size washer dryer, which is actually my favorite thing, and then you come up forward to our guest cabin, and it's a queen size bed, but it's a crawl over. And then we have a full-size bath with a shower, separate shower, and sink. The owner's cabin includes a walk-around queen-size bed, hanging lockers on each side of the bed. There's also access to the engine room and includes a full shower, much like the guest cabin. Here's a Portuguese bridge and Audrey's little pee pad and the front of the boat. It's a nice area with a Freeman hatch and lots of storage. It's probably 10 feet deep is the anchor well. And I feel very safe behind this Portuguese bridge. We use our fly bridge for maneuvering in close quarters and also for relaxing at the end of the day.
I'm Arlene, and this is our crew, Audrey Ann Hepburn.
And I'm Brian, and we've owned the boat just over 3 years, and it's amazing the attention we get on this boat. And that's due to Scott and Mary's amazing feat of sailing the smallest private motor yacht around all 5 southern capes. So this is a short update about Egret, as well as sort of a tribute to the 46, which is Jeff Leishman's design in the first Nordhavn.
Okay, well, I never thought I could live 2 months on a boat, but this is a pretty darn good boat. It just sits in the water and moves so nicely, and the word I always feel is it's so secure. It's heavy, it's made well, and as much as I want to go home to my garden, it's going to be sad leaving this second home, because it really is a second home. There's everything on here you need, only you're on the water, and that you know that things are put together well, and it just gives you a sense of security, which means then you can enjoy yourself.
So let's head off to the Bahamas.
Audrey, Daddy's doing a selfie. Audrey, looky. Dog abuse, dog abuse.
Yeah, she's shaking pretty bad. It's
Calm down.
The Bahamas have beautiful white sand beaches. This is on Key in the Berry Islands. The National Family Regatta is the largest and one of the oldest regattas in the Bahamas. There are 3 races a day over a period of 5 days. Spectators get right in the action, but you have to be careful to stay out of the way. The aquatic life in the Bahamas is very diverse and beautiful. It's not uncommon that we would see sharks, but they were mainly nurse sharks that are harmless.
Beautiful thing. You got it great.
Nordhavn makes trawlers from 35 feet to 120 feet. Currently, 16 models are in production and 9 models are retired. Jeff Leishman has designed over 25 Nordhavns. The brokerage has both new and retired models for viewing. Besides the boat, one of the best things about owning a Nordhavn is the Nordhavn Owners Group, otherwise known as the NOG. There are experts and owners willing to help you solve any problem. We hope to see you on the ocean or at an anchorage. The adventures are only beginning.